Hi everyone, and welcome to the last topic of September, how to get rid of the drama. Before I start, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please just do so with the button below, and also press that little bell that is there, because that will mean that you will get a notification whenever I post a new video or when I'm streaming live, which I am doing every week. And you can come there and you can ask questions about how to get rid of your cravings or quitting sugar or whatever that might be. So, this might seem like a strange topic maybe, but I want to address it because drama creates anxiety and stress. And these are two major factors contributing to overeating. And I also want to address the opposite of drama, which is basically giving up. Because when we're giving up, this can also cause us to hide behind food because we think that nothing really matters, and we're much more likely to just seek out that instant gratification, and that is all that actually matters in our lives now because we have given up about everything else. So most of us live in either a state of being busy all the time, or we're living in a state of acceptance and mediocrity. So when I'm saying that we're giving up, that's what I mean, that we're just kind of accepting that things are like they are. We have given up on our dreams of moving forward in life, and we have just accepted that this is what life is, this is all that life is ever going to be. So why should I try to make it any better? I'm just going to plod along each day and try to make the best of it. Sometimes I will get a little bit of inspiration from somewhere, and that usually takes the shape of we start a project and then we very quickly jump off that project again. You decided that, it could be something like you're going to fix up the house, or you're totally motivated to quit sugar, you might want to change career, you're going to do something, you start it, and then you just lose motivation again, and life happens basically. That's your excuse. You are feeling exhausted, there might not be enough time to do it, you need a break, you're going to have to cut back on something else. Maybe it's too hard, it's too stressful, it's too painful. You feel like you need to slow down and take care of yourself, even though the care that you take maybe means that you're going to lay on the sofa eating cookies and watching Netflix, and that is not self-care in my book. But that's how we're justifying it. So these are the people that pretty much have given up. And then so if you are someone who's always talking about change, but you never actually managed to get there, this is probably you. And I fit this category as well. I'm really, really good at thinking up new things I want to do, and I can be really excited about them for some time, and then I'm very likely to quit them. That's been my history. So you're probably most likely to also have quite a low tolerance for discomfort, and that's both emotional and physical discomfort. So you're very likely to just comfort eat and drink and spend hours on Netflix or social media or doing something else mind-numbing that just lets you escape the real world. And then we have the other type then, that the person that is always busy. I've been talking about busyness before, but this is a little bit different. So these people are people that are being busy with work mainly, or whatever their project is. So they're often totally consumed by their work, they're working many hours, and all they talk about is work and stress and worry about work and tasks at work. They often don't really sleep enough, they don't make time for enjoyment, and when they do, they're not quite present because they have work up in their head, and that's all they're thinking about while doing something that should be relaxing and enjoyable for them. And these people are using work as one way of escaping their real life. And often they come home in the evening they're obviously very wound up because they've been at work and they've probably been working overtime, and that's all that's going on in their heads. So the only way to wind down and relax is with food and possibly drinks as well. So this is very common for this type of people. And somehow they think that if they could just catch up with work, or if they would just make enough money, the stress would go away. Okay? So when I'm talking about drama, in the first example, well, I am talking about all the thoughts that are going on in this person's head about why they want to change, mainly the reasons why the change didn't happen and why it can't happen, how useless they are because they can't ever follow through, and so on. That's the mind drama I'm talking about, and that's mainly for those people that can't seem to ever get anywhere in life. In the second example, it's the thoughts around the business, the obsessive thinking about what if this could happen, then I would be happy, and constantly trying to achieve it at the cost of their experience of life. And then feeling sorry for themselves because they work so hard and they still don't have that reward that they think that they deserve by putting all this work into working all this time. And therefore they need to eat and drink to be able to forget about the miserable life not paying off in the way that they want it to. So these two are two different kind of mind dramas that are going on. And I've said it before, but the way we are thinking will affect the way we feel. So if I'm constantly thinking that there's no point in me doing anything because I will not get there anyway, life's just going to be like this forever. If I have this underlying thought when I'm trying to make some change, of course I'm not going to get there. Because in the end of the day, what I'm actually thinking is that this is never going to work. And the same thing with someone who's, okay, I'm just going to work my ass off, I'm going to put 60 hours in every week, I'm going to work extra overtime, I'm not going to get paid for it, but in the end I will get my reward, they will promote me, they will do this, they will do that, and you keep doing that, and that's all you can focus on. You're missing out on life, you're missing out on the experiences of being alive, and you're not taking care of yourself. And eventually when these things that you were hoping for are not happening, you will feel really shitty about that, frankly. You will start wondering why you were doing it, but still you're so obsessed with these thoughts and what they could do, and you're still kind of somehow thinking that if I'm just doing more and more, it will get me there, rather than maybe changing tactics and doing it in a different way that might get you to the same goal. So it's so much depending on what sort of thoughts we have around what we're doing. So rather than being caught in these thoughts that will just spin endlessly in your head, I want to suggest that you're being very deliberate in your goals, and you set your mind to what you're going to do, and be mindful about the way that you think and feel towards your goals. So if you're one of these busy people and you're doing this because you want more money, or you want to be promoted, is there another way that you could do this? Another way that doesn't interfere with your life? A more smarter way of doing it, basically? I think there is. I don't know what you're working with, but there's always a way of getting to earning more money or getting a promotion. It might mean that you have to apply for another job at another company at a higher position, but there are other ways of doing it. If you put yourself in a situation where you're always working overtime and you're doing all of this, they're going to expect this from you, and if you ever go back to doing less, they're not going to look favorably on that, most likely. And the same thing if you are setting your mind to quitting sugar, and you think that you can do it, and you have a plan, and you really set your mind to doing that, you're much more likely to succeed than if you think, I'm I'm probably going to fall off anyway soon. With that mindset, you are going to fall off anyway, because that you already decided that that is what's going to happen, I'm afraid. So if you want to quit sugar, for example, make sure that you first of all have a good reason. And before you throw yourself into the whole process, take your time to really, really think about it. Why do you want to do this? And that goes for anything, if it's a job or whatever. And really try to do it from a place of plenty. So you have plenty of time. This is not a sprint. You don't have to quit sugar by October the 3rd. You can take as long time as it takes. It doesn't really matter. Have plenty of patience with yourself. You will fail at some point with something, or do something that is not ideal, or do a little cheat extra here and there, or do something that is not helping. That's fine. You're human. Humans do such things. So have patience with yourself and have compassion for yourself. Really have plenty of compassion for yourself. You are just another human, and we do make mistakes. It's no big deal. So rather than being caught up in this drama in your head, just pay attention to and congratulate yourself for every single thing that you do to move towards your goal. So every time you can allow a craving, acknowledge what you have just done. If you have done it once, you can do it again. And every single time that you're practicing it, you will get better at it. Because perfect takes practice. And you have practiced giving in to the cravings 1 billion times. So you're going to be really good at giving in to your cravings. Now you have to practice not giving in to them and just allowing them. And that is totally bloody different. So you need to give yourself the time there and really, really congratulate yourself when you're doing it. Don't neglect that part, because it's so easy to just see the things that we are not doing that aren't good enough. But we want to see the things that we are doing. We want to acknowledge that we have done something that will help us to reach our goal. So you can make this your mission, if you like, and you can just take one little step towards your goal every day. However small this step is, if you can accomplish something every day, all those small somethings will accumulate over time and build up to something large. That is just a fact. If you instead have a large goal and you want to do it all at once, and that is overwhelming and you're not able to follow through with that, it's going to take you nowhere. So it's always better to do many small things to get to where you want to be, because that will actually take you somewhere. Not in a rush. Give yourself plenty of time. So by being consistent and focus on your goal, even if it's just very, very tiny action per day, that will get you so much further than stressing yourself out about it and having time limits and a sense of wanting to achieve it now or yesterday. And you're so much more likely to give up if you put that pressure on yourself and you don't see the results. But if you can almost forget about the results and just see it from the perspective that you are doing something to get towards your goal, all of a sudden you might surprise yourself by all of a sudden notice that you have made quite a huge change over time. Maybe you wake up one day and you have an aha moment, and they say that you no longer actually have many cravings at all, or someone is offering you chocolate and you're almost saying yes because that's what you're used to doing, but then you stop in your tracks and you think, actually, I don't feel for eating chocolate, so I'm going to say no. When you can come from that place, out of all those small steps, that's when you get your reward, and you know that it has paid off. Even if it wasn't a huge effort, it was just a consistent effort over time. So if you just can change your thinking around these kind of things and not blowing it up out of proportion as being a huge problem, and rather just focus your mind, getting rid of that drama, focus your mind on what it is that you want to achieve and how you can do that in very small increments, I promise you that you will get to where you want to go with time, obviously. So baby steps basically is what will get you there, and they will keep reminding you that you are capable of moving forward and towards your goal every day, and you're actually doing it. You might not feel like it in the beginning, but you are doing it. So that's all for now. I just want to thank you so much for watching my videos. I will be back in October with a new topic, or a new overall topic, and I'm going to talk about how to believe in yourself and your ability to quit. So that will be an interesting one, and I hope you're looking forward to it. I do. So take care, and I will see you again next week. Bye.